Hi students, we were discussing regarding of many units, regarding of many topics in computer languages, especially in object-oriented language. Now in C++, till now we have covered many units except two units that we have to cover. One is pointers. In my last classes, I discussed about inheritance and then constructors and then class and object. Especially a class and object, constructors and inheritance, these three units are very important to understand, especially the relation between the class and object. Apart from that, I am emphasizing on member functions. When we discuss functions in the classroom, I hope you still remember the concept of functions. Functions concept, when we discuss in the class, I spoke many things regarding our functions. So how to declare the function, how to define the function, a definition of the function, then calling function, main programming. How do we do that? Then I explain data members and member functions. Member functions, it seems to be like a constructors, but there is a difference between the constructors and data member functions. Now, we covered many things regarding of this. At the same way, in this video I am going to explain pointers. What is a pointer? What is the usage of pointer? How we are using the pointers in object-oriented programming language? How these pointers different from other concepts? So pointers are playing a very unique role in object-oriented programming language. The operator of the pointer, the operations of the pointer are unique. So we will discuss the way that we are using pointers in object-oriented language. As per our syllabus, we have to restrict ourselves because as a diploma level, we have to cover some of the topics. We have to cover the basics of the pointers. I hope that in C language, you already come to know about pointers. What is a pointer? What is the address? What is the variable? What is this reference operator? What is the indirect operator? What is the ampersand operator? What is the use of this? How this pointer will store the memory location, the memory location of other variable, address of the other variable, how to modify the value of other variable. So we will going to see many things in our forthcoming lectures. And next thing is, in this video lecture, I fully want to focusing on pointers. I want to give the definition, explanation, and more declaration, syntax, arithmetic operations, and how these pointers we will use in different data types. in the figuratively a showing of figures and showing of coding with the multiple examples. I want to explain this concept in detailed manner. Look at here, it may be a lengthy, but I want to elaborate it with a number of examples we can understand in an easy manner. Once you understand the concept, you will not forget. That's why I want to elaborate this topic with a multiple number of examples. Okay, let me see what is a pointer or definition of the pointer. In pointers, as per the syllabus or according to your syllabus that is given by SPT, so what are the topics and what are the concepts that we have to cover, especially in pointers unit? So pointers is the last unit in this semester. So even though I have to cover one more unit, we will see that unit later. Now in pointers, what are the topics that we have to cover? So look at here carefully. Just I want to read out the concepts, subject, topics that are given in your syllabus. Look at here. First one, address and pointers. Addresses and pointers. The address of the operator and pointer variables, accessing the variables pointed to, and pointer to void, pointer and arrays, pointers and functions, call by value and call by reference, pointer to functions, passing function to another function, and pointers and strings, pointer to string constant, string as a function, pointers to objects, pointers to pointers. Now address and pointers. Addresses and pointers. The address of operator, address of a operator and pointer variables. Then as accessing the variable pointed to, pointer to void, accessing the variable pointed to, pointer to void. So we will see first of all the definition and what is the address, what is a reference operator or indirect operator. Okay, you will see regarding of all these concepts. So pointers in pointers in C++. Pointers in C++. What is a pointer? What is a pointer? What is a pointer? Now I want to tell about pointer, the exact meaning or definition of the pointer here. Look at here. Pointer is a variable that holds the memory address of another variable of same type. So I will explain clearly. Look at the definition. What is a pointer? Pointer is a variable. All of you know about variables. Look at here, I will draw. All of you know about variables. A equal to 10. Okay. What is it? What is here? A is a variable. A is a variable. Then take another example. Take another example. C equal to 5. C equal to 5. What is C here? What is C here? What is C here? C is a variable. C is a variable. In this C variable, a value 5 stored. Okay. Now C is the name of the variable. 5 is the value of that variable. Value of that variable. I got my point. C, what is the C? C is a variable. What is a 5? 5 is a value of that variable. Then I will tell you one example to you to understand clearly. Now, take the any object. For example, you need a one blackboard. You need a blackboard that is stand. Okay, that blackboard may be like this. Anything else, for example, it's like a blackboard. Okay, a stand is there. On that stand, the board was fixed. Okay, I will show you figure. No? Understand that one. So just imagine this is the stand. Okay, and this is the board like this. Okay. So the blackboard is there like this. It is there in some room. You don't know. Okay. It is there inside of the one room. For example, I am on to that blackboard, or you on that blackboard. It is in one room. Then now tell me, how you will find out this blackboard? You need that room address or that room name. You need that room name. Okay, many rooms are there, but which room? A, B, C. For example, this blackboard instead of room A. Then same way, this is blackboard inside of room A. Like that, C equal to 5. C is the name or a variable of value 5. Inside of this C, 5 values stored inside of that memory location. Memory location. How the blackboard stored a room A, the same way the value 5 stored in memory location C. C is the name of that memory location. Memory location. In that location, what is the value? 5 is the value. 5 is the value. So like this, I will explain morely. What is the memory? First of all, one clearly understand about pointers. First of all, we have to understand how the variables, how the values are storing inside of memory. At the same time, what is a static memory, what is a dynamic memory, what is a heap memory, and how memory divided into many parts, how the memory accessing the values, what's the memory, how these all values data are storing, retrieving, transferring. So how it's going on in compilation time, execution time, programming time, dynamic time. So we will see, when we understand about the memory that works in the programming language, how memory will useful in a programming language, how the way, the behavior, the functionality of the memory, then you can understand this concept very easily. I want to focusing on definition of a pointer. A pointer is a variable. I already told what is a variable. I gave the one example, c equal 5, c is the variable and 5 is the value of that variable. The same manner, pointer is a variable like a c. Pointer is a variable that holds the memory address, of another variable, same type. I will tell you. Here the definition itself is telling pointer is a variable. This pointer will not store any value here, but this pointer especially meant for to storing of address of another variable. Pointer is a variable that holds the memory address, of another variable. So I will show you. Look at here. Before going to give the example, don't worry, I will give the good example to you, and I will explain this concept with the coding, the proper example, small programming. At the same time, I want to elaborate this concept for clearly understanding. Here, what is a pointer? Pointer is a variable that holds the memory address of another variable. I am not telling memory address of another variable. Memory address of another variable. It's not the name of the variable, memory address of the variable. Got my point? It stores the memory address of the variable. So we will see. This memory address is the location of another variable where it has been stored in the memory. So what is the memory address? Memory address is the location of another variable. Location. What is the meaning of location? The place, the position. Okay, the position, place of a particular memory, particular variable, where the variable is located, that address will be stored inside of the pointer. Where the variable stores, where the value of the variable stores, that variable address will be inside of the pointer. That is the function of the pointers. That is the usage of the pointers. Pointers is a variable that holds the memory address of another variable same time. The memory address is the location of another variable where it has been stored in the memory. Okay. Let's suppose dynamic memory allocation routines. What is the meaning of dynamic allocation? Dynamic nothing but dynamically memory is going to be allocated. We are not declaring. For example, to take the array. So array size is x equal 10. Just imagine x array. So the size of the array 10. So now we are declaring. How we are declaring now? Statically we are declaring. So now the array size is fixed. Array size is fixed. Now you want to increase that one. No, maybe using of another concept you can increase it. But once you declaring the size of the memory, what you will do? That size will not increase. Size will not increase. So this is a. If you want to increase that one, if you want to add the how much you need the memory locations, that is called dynamic memory location. Static memory is nothing but in static memory the value or the space of memory you can't use more than what you declared. And dynamic memory, it is a huge memory, or in the dynamic memory there is no restrictions, that is nothing but within the memory limitation you can store the elements whenever you want. And also the concept accepted storing of the data instantly. Storing of data instantly. So we no need to declare previously. It's called dynamic. Dynamic with changing of memory size, changing of memory locations, changing of memory locations, changing of memory size. Okay. So dynamically it's movement data in the memory, movement data in memory based on your requirement. What I am telling is it will not happen automatically, it will not happen defaultly, but you have the wish or we have the desire to move the memory locations one place to another place, or want to move the data one location to another location. So simply, so we can do it, and you can increase the memory size and you can decrease the memory size, and you can perform the memory operations. So we perform the memory operation without any restriction. So this type of concept supported by the dynamic memory. So let me see how this memory will work out in pointers concept. So look at here I want to show the again pointer and variable. Look at the definition. Pointers are powerful features of C++ that differentiates it from other programming languages like Java and Python. Pointers are used in C++ program to access the memory and manipulates the address. So what is the usage of pointers? It accesses the memory and manipulates the addresses. Pointers are used in C++ program to access the memory and manipulate the address. What it means? Simple. First know the address of the particular variable, and now you want to do any operations, any modification, any changes, we can do it, we can manipulate it. So using of the pointers we can do this type of functions. So that is the actual meaning of this point. Now look at down here, ptr star or var, where. So ptr is the pointer and var is the variable. So what is the difference between ptr star var? Is a pointer, it is a variable. So pointer stores the memory of the variable or the address of the variable. Pointer will store the address of the variable, but variable will store the value. Look at here. Now listen, I want to read some points for you. Computer memory. So it may help you to understand. Already we discussed in last semester in computer organization how memory will help the computer to store the data, to transfer the data, to change the data. Now listen. To understand the pointers, you should have the knowledge of address in computer memory. Address in a computer memory. Okay, look at carefully. To understand the pointers, we should have the knowledge of address in a computer memory. To understand the pointers, you should have the knowledge of the address in a computer memory. Computer memory location has an address and holds a content. Simple. Computer memory locations. For example, take your village. In your village, many houses are there, many roads are there, many streets are there, many houses are there. Yes or no? So, in your village, you divide that village into many locations. For example, near bus stand, near school, near panchayat office, okay, near president office. Like that, will put some significant names. So your village also or your city also divide like a several locations. Now, what is the address? Address is nothing but the showing of exact location. To showing of exact location, okay, for easily understand or communicate and come to know, that's why you are putting name for that location. The location is called, name of that location is called a address. Name of that location is called address of that location or name of that location. Where is the panchayat? Panchayat is the corner of the village. Where is the school? School is the starting of the village. Okay, and then where is the milk booth? Milk booth is middle of the village. Like that, several locations are there in village. Same way, in memory also, like a village, in this village memory locations are there, and each location will help you to store the data values. In a village, several locations are there, and these are locations help you to construct schools, panchayats, construct the many houses, and each house and each different places they are having the specific address to identifying of that location. So that is called, the process is called knowing of address. So first of all, in the same manner, in computer also, when the data when you want to store the data, first of all, data will going to stored in a memory location, and that memory location, it has the address. That address would be stored in the pointer. Through the pointer we can identify the variable and their value of that variable. We will see everything. Now listen, computer memory location has an address and holds a content. Simple. It has the address, and inside of the address it holds the some content. The address is a numerical number often expressed in the hexadecimal, which is hard for programmers to use directly. Typically, each address location holds 8-bit, that is 1 byte of data. Now, what is telling? So, computer memory location has an address and holds a name. Simple, you know that. Which is a hexadecimal form. Okay, I don't want to discuss more than this. You know about variable, you know about the address of that variable. Now I want to look at here. Address location holds 8-bit of data. Okay, in memory there is an address location. The address location holds 8-bit of data. One location can store 8-bit of data. Understand here? What is the capacity of the one memory location? The capacity of the one memory location in the computer, it can host the 1 byte or 8-bit. 1 byte or 8-bit, both are equal. Now, it is entirely up to the programmer to interpret the meaning of the data, such as integer, real number, character, or string. So now, memory location is there, and that memory location holds the 8-bit. That 8-bit would be, it may be, you can declare that one as a integer, you can declare as a real number, you can declare as a character, you can declare as a string. So many options are there. So all of you know about, when you studied about the data types in first semester, even in first year also, you may have gone through the types of data types and types of data types. What is the integer and the size of the integer? What is a float, size of the float? What is the string, size of the string? What is the character, size of the character? What is the byte? What is the short? Like this, we have study regarding of different data types. So there and here the purpose and meaning is same. I already told, each address location typically holds 8-bit. In a computer, each address location holds 8-bit or 1 byte. Just imagine, 1 byte is equal to 8-bit, then 4 byte means 4 into 8, 32-bit. So 32-bit is the address, 32-bit address, 64-bit, 32-bit, 16-bit, okay, 32-bit. Now, each variable you create in your program is assigned a location, the computer's memory. The value that variable stores in actually stored in the location assigned. To know where the data is stored, C++ has an ampersand operator. The ampersand reference operator gives you the address occupied by variable. Variable is a variable where gives the address of the variable. Now look at here. So one more operator. What is the operator? Ampersand. Look at. Okay, what is the operator? Ampersand. What is the operator? Ampersand. Ampersand operator, it is a reference operator. What is the name of the ampersand operator? Mentioned here, look at here. Reference operator. It gives address occupied by variable. What ampersand operator will do? The ampersand operator will help you to know address occupied by variable. Address occupied by variable. I understand. Understand? Room A, B, C, D is there. Room A, what is there? Blackboard is there. Now, what is the use of the ampersand operator here? The ampersand operator will help you to know the address of that location. That means it will help you to know the address of that room. It will not help you to know the inside of the blackboard, but help you to know about the address of that room A, because you already know in room A blackboard is there. Now we want to access that blackboard. Now we want to get that blackboard. Now first of all we have to know address of the room A, then we can go and access the blackboard inside. So now ampersand will help you to know the address of the variable. Address of the variable, not the blackboard, not the inside of the value. To help you to know the address of the variable, and inside of the variable value will be there. So ampersand will help you the address of the variable. Okay. Then where is the variable? Then where gives the address of the variable. Okay. We'll see. Look at here. Clearly mentioned. When you go into head, we can come to the crystal clearly about what is a pointer, what is a variable, how pointers will work. My dear students, it seems to be difficult. I am giving the number of examples with a broad explanation, elaborating the concept more and more, for you can easily understand. Don't get any bored here, and have a patience and understand the concept clearly. I will not forget forever and ever. Now look at here, pointers in C++. So still now we discuss what is the variable, what is the pointer, what is the address, what is the location, what is the data. and how pointers are storing the address of the variable, how variables store the values. Look at here, a normal variable is used to store value. Okay, what is the normal variable here? The normal variable here, it is var equal to 50. Var equal to 50, or else we can use v is equal to 50. Okay, that is the normal variable. What is the normal variable? Okay, now this normal variable pointed to the pointer, direct to the pointer. How? Get here. A pointer variable used to store the address reference of another variable. What is the pointer variable here? This one is the pointer variable. That one is the pointer variable. What is telling? Pointer variable is used to store the address. Now look at here. What is address? What is address here? This is the variable, normal variable. 50 is the value of the normal variable, and 1001 is the address of that variable. And what will pointer do? A pointer will do stores the address of that variable. What is the address of the 1001? So look at here, PTR is the name of the pointer, and 1001 is the value that is there inside of the pointer, and same 1001 is the address of the variable var. Address of the variable var. 1001 is the location of that variable, address of that variable. Now 1001 is the value for that is stored inside of the pointer, and 2047 is the again location or again address of the pointer PTR. Pointer PTR. We will see clearly forthcoming slides. Now look at here. This figure will explain clearly about pointers. This figure will explain clearly about pointers. Now here, pointer variable is there and normal variable is there. Two types of variables here. I already told pointer is also a variable, and along with the pointer, another variable is there, that is the normal variable. Now, what is the name of the normal variable? var. var. What is the name of the normal variable? var. What is the name of the pointer? ptr. What is the name of the pointer? ptr is the name of the pointer. var is the name of the variable. Now, in a variable var, 50 would be stored. Now 50 would be stored. What is the value of var? 50 is the value of var, because 50 value is stored inside of the var. Now you tell me, we know the name of the variable. What is the name of the variable? This var is the name of the variable. Okay. Then value of the variable, 50 is the value of the variable. Okay, sorry. Already it's marked. It is the value of the variable. This is the name of the variable. Look at here, remember above, look at here. 1001 is the memory address of normal variable. 101 is the, what is the memory address? Now we know value, now we know name of the variable, now we know the address of that variable. Address of that variable. Now where variable there, the address location 1001. In that location we can find the normal variable var. Now pointer ptr. Now comes to the pointer ptr. Now what is the value of the pointer? 1001. Sir, this one is the address of the normal variable. Yes, that is the thing that I am discussing still now. 101 is the address of the another variable, sir. Where variable, sir? Yes, pointer will store the address of the another variable. What is the address of the another variable? 1001 is the address of the another variable. What pointer will do? Pointer will store the address of the another variable. What is the address of another variable? 1001. What is inside of the pointer? 1001. Same, satisfied. Yes, that is the definition. And memory address of pointer variable. Now look at here, 2047 what? Again is the memory location for what? Pointer. You want to create the pointer, even though you have to create it in the memory only. So memory, it is necessary or essential to put the any type of data. It may be pointer, it may be array, it may be function, it may be anything. You want to put some data in the computer, you need a memory location. Now in this slide we come to know normal variable and pointer, the difference between normal variable and pointer, how the pointer will directing or having the access of the pointers. So till now we have discussed regarding of this one. Now we will go further. Look at here. Here two type of operators are there. One is orange color, second one is the blue color. Okay, whatever maybe. So left side is there, one side is there. Left side is mentioned address operator. Right side it's mentioned indirection operator. So what is the address operator? What is the indirection operator? So ampersand is the address operator and asterisk is the indirection operator. So C++ provides two pointer operators. One is value at operator or indirection operator and address operator. Operator one is value at operator or indirection operator and address operator. So here C++ pointer operator, address operator and indirection operator. You will see difference between the address operator and indirection operator. You will see. Look at here. The ampersand is the unary operator, means it requires only one operand. What is the meaning of operand? Variable is the operand. Anyway, ampersand, I will write and tell you. Okay, ampersand B is the referent for operator ampersand. The address of operator returns the memory address of its operand and is a ampersand is a unary operator, means it requires only one operand. But address operator returns the memory address of its operand. Address operator has the same precedence and right to left associated as that of the unary operators. You know about that precedency. Similar for the bitwise and the address of the operator are the same, but they don't have any connection between them. Look at here. Now you can clearly understand what is a ampersand, what is the address operator. Okay. Now here variable name is given. What is the variable name? Num. And value also given. What is the value of that variable? 10. And address also given. What is the address of the variable? 1000. Here name is given, value is given, and address also given. Now num equal to 10. The 10 value assigned in a num variable. Now ampersand num is equal to 1000. What is the ampersand num? Simple. The address of the variable num. Address of the variable num, ampersand n. Okay, I gave the already example. Ampersand m is the address of the variable. So if we want to represent the address of the variable, what is the address of the variable here? 1000 is the address of the variable. Which variable? Num. So now we want to know the address of that variable. What we have to do? We have to put the symbol ampersand. Then it will show the address of that particular variable.